Hi everybody, this is Eugene O'Loughlin, lecturer in computing at the National College of Ireland, and welcome to my series of short how-to videos. In this video, we're going to learn how to create and edit a basic table of contents in Microsoft Word 2010. So here in Word, I have a simple document set up. In this particular document, I've got 3 chapters, one chapter on each of 3 pages. So I've got a major heading up here, just selecting chapter 1. Chapter 2, I've got something similar. And in chapter 3, I've got a chapter 3 title across the top of the page. And each of the 3 chapters, I'm just scrolling back up here, is broken down into 3 sections. So chapter 1 has section 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And as you can see here, I've got some filler text in each section. Now my table of contents normally will have the headings listed in it. So I would like to see in my table of contents chapter 1 followed by the 3 sections, and then chapter 2 followed by its sections, and so on. The key to creating a table of contents in Microsoft Word is making use of Word's Styles Gallery. So let me just click here at the top of the page and select the Home ribbon, and in the center here you can see the beginning of the Styles Gallery, where there's lots and lots of different styles listed, and the important ones that we want here are the heading styles: heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. So these are hierarchical styles that we must use in order to create our table of contents. So the first thing I'm going to do here is select chapter 1 and click on heading 1, because that's my upper level, and you can see then that Word has changed the color and the font and the size of that here. So that's now formatted as heading 1. I want each of my sections to be heading 2, so I've selected section 1.1, 1.2, just doing this with my mouse, and 1.3, and I've marked each of those as heading 2. I'm going to do the same in chapter 2. Chapter 2 heading, main heading, is heading 1, and each of the subsections is heading 2. And finally, I'm going to do the same for chapter 3. So Word can then use these headings that I have formatted them so that it can create the table of contents. So the key, as I say, is all about using these headings. Now I'm using default headings here. Headings can of course be customized, but we're just keeping them simple here in this example. So now I have made in each of my chapters, scrolling up slowly here through chapter 3, chapter 2, and chapter 1, I've created each of the headings that I want to appear on my table of contents. So I'm going to put my table of contents right here at the top of my document. So I'm going to click in front of the capital C in chapter 1. And the way to insert the table of contents is to first of all select the References tab across the top of Microsoft Word, and over on the left hand side is the Table of Contents section. Click on the Table of Contents button, down arrow here, and you will be presented with different styles of content, of tables that you can use. I'm going to choose the first one, Automatic Table 1 here. And that has, as you can see here, inserted a table of contents for me. You can see here that chapter 1 and each of its 3 sections are indented. These are all on page 1. Chapter 2 and its headings are all on page 2. And chapter 3 and all of its section headings are on page 3. You can see the page numbers here on the right hand side. So creating the table of contents is fairly straightforward, but where it can get sticky is when you make some changes to your document. So let's go ahead and make some changes. Assume you've continued your writing and you'd like to do something simple like remove one of the sections. So I'm going to remove section 1.3 here. Let's say that's no longer needed. So I'm selecting that and pressing the delete key to get rid of that. When I scroll up to my table of contents, you can see that section 1.3 is still listed. So in order to get rid of it and update my table of contents, I can click on my table with my left mouse button, and up in the top left hand corner of the table you can see an Update Table tab. So if you click on that, the Update Table of Contents window appears. There's 2 options, and I generally accept the Update Entire Table option and click OK. And you can see here that the deleted section, which was section 1.3, was removed. Let's make some more changes here, and let's say I want to change my chapter titles from numbers to words. So change chapter 1 to the word 1E. Chapter 2, do the same, change it to number 2 to the word 2. And chapter 3, change the chapter title from the number 3 to the word 3. I scroll back up to the top of my document again, you can see that my existing table of contents is not yet updated. The old numbers are still there. So I need to select the table with my left mouse button, click on the Update Table option, and select the Update Entire Table radio button here, and click OK. And you can see now that my chapter titles have changed from numbers to words. You'll also notice here that if you move your mouse over any of the links that are in here, you can press Control and click to follow that link. I'll just do that here. I'm pressing Control and clicking on section 3.1, and that will bring me straight to the piece of text that has been formatted as heading 2 labeled section 3.1. So that's how you create and edit a basic table of contents in Microsoft Word. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for your attention.